question I have about Meghan Markle. I'm legitimately asking, why are the Sussex squad so obsessed with defending her? What has she really done? So she married a prince, she made some jam. Oh, sorry, it's too runny to be called a jam. It's called a spread. Why are they so obsessed with her? If she was curing diseases or saving lives, sure.
Oh, you're legitimately asking. No, you're not. You're not asking. You're annoyed. You're annoyed a woman you don't like has people who do. That's what's eating you alive. You don't understand admiration unless it's someone you approve of, which, based on your tone, is probably some bland, bitter, and just insecure enough to make you feel better about yourself. Let's be very clear. We're not the ones centering our platform around Meghan. You are. You're the one who can't go a week without dragging her into your low-rent monologues. You're the one dissecting her jam. Excuse me, her spread. As if your own pantry isn't stocked with off-brand peanut butter and expired ego. You keep saying, what has she really done? As if a black woman who married into the whitest, most archaic institutions in existence and survived it without bowing, breaking, or begging isn't revolutionary in and of itself. But let's humor your faux naivete for a second. She built schools, funded mental health programs, raised millions for global vaccine equity. She literally helped relocate Afghan women in the middle of a regime collapse while you were sitting around binging conspiracies in your sweatpants. She's written books, launched campaigns, created a brand that's already sold out. Meanwhile, you're on TikTok making passive-aggressive think pieces about fruit spreads and then blocking people when they clap back. You say if she walked past you, she wouldn't say hi. First of all, good. This isn't middle school. We're not trying to sit at her lunch table. This isn't about being besties. This is about defending someone who's been dragged through hell by the tabloids, racists, monarchists, and basement-dwelling contrarians like you, and somehow still walks through life with more class, compassion, and global influence than you could dream of. And if you think your hypothetical about her needing a photographer to acknowledge people is clever, it's not. It's lazy. It's recycled nonsense from the same girl group of Meghan critics who can't go one video without slipping into resentment disguised as concern. Also, blocking people who respond to your content isn't setting a boundary. It's cowardice. You post publicly. You name names. You talk reckless. But the second someone pushes back, suddenly you're a delicate little Fabergé egg who needs to curate her space. No. If you can dish it, you can sit in it. And because I can't tag her, because she blocked me on TikTok and Instagram, if anyone else would like to tag the creator of the video I'm responding to, she goes by Cactus Crumpet on TikTok and UKQT on Instagram. Please feel free to do so. Let her know that her little hate parade didn't go unnoticed, even if she tried slamming the door behind her. So no, we're not obsessed. We're protective. There's a difference. One comes with admiration. The other comes from compulsion, which you prove time and time again every time you open your big mouth and Meghan Markle falls out. You don't want answers, you want silence. And unfortunately for you, we're not here to give you that.
Meghan, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
And how's your family?
Good. Everyone's good.
Yeah.
Being a mom to Aerosol and Lululemon is one of the great...
Let's talk about that TikTok skit where you mocked Jamie Kern-Lima's face and voice, and turned around and did that same tired routine on Meghan, mocking her delivery, her tone, her facial expressions, her children. You thought you were being funny. You weren't. You were both playing the part of a high school bully. Period. This wasn't satire. This wasn't comedy with a message. This was middle school cafeteria energy, petty and performative. You went for the easiest possible target and hoped no one would call it what it really was, bullying. You were performing cruelty for an audience that lives for it. And let's be clear, only people who peaked in high school thought that shit was funny. The ones who got a rush for mocking the quiet kid, the fat kid, the kid who didn't talk back. That's who you played to. That's who laughed. You didn't go viral because you were good. You went viral because you were cruel enough to entertain the emotionally stunted. And the black girl who played Meghan. Are you proud of your tap dance? That was you handing white folk the version of Meghan they're most comfortable mocking. You were performing cruelty for people who needed someone to target. Disappointing. And then you took it further. You mocked Meghan's children by calling them Aerosol and Lululemon. Let's pause there. Do you even understand the history behind the name Lululemon? Because the man who founded the company literally said he chose a word with multiple L's to make it harder for Japanese people to pronounce. He thought it was funny. He turned linguistic racism into a branding strategy. And we're not even going to discuss what he said about overweight people. You can Google that. So when you call a biracial child Lululemon for a laugh, you're not just being petty. You're by mocking it. Jamie's not thinking about you. Meghan's busy being sold out. Again, they don't clap back, but I do. And you've hit your peak. This is it. A few thousand people laughing at recycled schoolyard jokes. A comment section full of people who still think racial stereotypes are punchlines. A fleeting moment of attention, bought with nothing but cheap shots and no shame. Enjoy it, because once the algorithm moves on, and let's be honest, it already has, all that's left is silence. The views are struggling. The momentum's gone. Now it's just you, refreshing your analytics, wondering why the magic isn't hitting like it used to.
So, let's talk about the cupcakes. Well, please. Okay, these are the 4th of July cupcakes that I'm talking about. Now, maybe I'm missing something. These have to be professionally done, right? Not the top. Wait, just the icing. You see how it's piped there? It looks so nice. And doing that tricolor, like the 3, red, white, and blue, that's a pain in the butt to pipe out. Trust me, I've tried. I know a little bit about baking. And no. So
you call yourself Heather from the hood. Girl, please. The only hood you've ever been near is the dented hood of your 2007 Chevy Malibu, with the check engine light on since Obama left office. You're not from the hood. You're from the parents' basement. You're not street. You're street parking. You're not real. You're real delusional. This isn't personality. It's performance art in poverty cosplay. Your username is a cultural costume. You're playing hood like it's a TikTok filter, stripping it of its context, pain, and meaning just to give your beige commentary a little artificial flavor. You don't sound clever. You sound like the reason HOA meetings take 4 hours. Now, let's talk about this cupcake conspiracy meltdown. You really have the nerve to sit there with your corgi in a black tank top and treat buttercream like it's ballistic evidence. Sis, it's frosting, not federal intel. Meghan posted cupcakes. You responded like it was leaked nuclear codes. She couldn't find her own ass with both hands, you say? No, babe. You couldn't find self-awareness with both hands. A flashlight and a therapist on speed dial. Meghan shared a moment, a memory, a family tradition. And you went full conspiracy theorist over frosting, piping, and strawberries like she committed a federal crime in a muffin tin. You said she threw her kids under a bus? Sis, you threw your remaining dignity under the bus. Hit reverse and live streamed it for 425 views and a pity like from a burner account. You don't sound smart. You sound obsessed. You don't sound insightful. You sound malnourished on joy. You sound like a woman who built her entire personality around a duchess who doesn't even know you exist. And the little rehab joke about Harry? Trash. Gutter level. The kind of thing people say when they run out of wit, logic, and original thought. You didn't land a punch. You exposed yourself. So, let's be real. You're not a critic. You're not clever. You're not uncovering truths. You're a digital barnacle clinging onto Meghan because without her, you'd be nothing but a tired woman in a tank top, talking to a phone while her dog plots an escape route. So rebrand, reboot, rehome the corgi. And for the love of all things iced and frosted, stop trying to manufacture a career out of reheated bitterness. Low effort thumbnails, and a personality built entirely around someone else's spotlight. Because at this point, you're not dragging Meghan, you're dragging yourself. And nobody is watching you.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are broke?
You don't say. Welcome to America, the land where pretty much everybody's broke. Mansions are expensive, private jets are expensive, security's expensive, turnover's expensive.
So now the latest fantasy is that Harry and Meghan are broke because they cut staff. Let me help you out. Since reading comprehension doesn't seem to be your strong suit. Yes, they let go of 6 people in June. Yes, about 25 have come and gone since 2020. You know what that's called? Business. Startups restructure. Brands scale. Power couples streamline. That's not failure. It's growth. But because you've never built anything in your life, you confuse restructuring with ruin. Let's talk Netflix. That $100 million figure, the likely guaranteed base is closer to $20 million. Sound low to you? That's because you don't know a damn thing about the industry. Dave Chappelle, $20 million per episode. Taylor Swift, $20 million for Ms. Americana. Michelle Obama, $20 million for Becoming. Scorsese's Bob Dylan doc, $20 million. Baumbach's Marriage Story, $20 million. So Meghan and Harry's deal? Standard, elite, justified. And they delivered Live to Lead, Heart of Invictus, Archetypes, Spare. You may not like them, but the check cleared. And that's all that matters. Spotify? They got their bag. $20 million in advance. 4-book deal. Fastest selling nonfiction in UK history. Broke where? As for expenses you seem to care about, Montecito isn't cheap. Neither is security, nor global philanthropy, nor privacy. But somehow they're paying for it all with zero taxpayer money. Now to the comms team. They replaced in-house staff with Method Communications. A world-class firm. Meredith Maines, Emily Robinson, Sarah Fosmo, handling press across time zones. And before you clutch your pearls, let's be clear. Beyoncé uses external PR. So does George Clooney. You think managing global reputation is a one-person, in-house hobby? This is how moguls move. And that recycled smear about Meghan being a bad boss? Try harder. You're quoting anonymous ex-staffers with the energy of a Reddit mod who couldn't meet a deadline. If Meghan were a white man wearing a Patagonia vest barking orders, you'd call him visionary. But because she's a black woman with standards, she's toxic. This isn't a breakdown. It's a power pivot. They're leaner, louder, smarter, still wealthy, still relevant, and still unbothered. Now, let's talk about the woman who made this video. Yes, you, Jade. You're not confused. You're not curious. You're just clout-starved and hoping Meghan's name will do what your content can't. Make you matter. But it's not working. Not because you're wrong, but because you're irrelevant. You built a whole TikTok persona pretending to ask questions. But the only thing you've ever investigated was your own jealousy. Your views are struggling, your takes are tired, your whole brand is a desperate pitch to an algorithm that stopped favoring you 3 updates ago. You're not a critic, you're a parasite. You latch onto Meghan's name because no one searches yours. You mimic nuance, you borrow tone, you fake depth. And even with all that effort, you're still bombing. She's sending jam to Oprah. You're sending pity posts to an audience of doom scrollers who couldn't pick you out of a lineup. She has producers. You have pinned posts. She has property. You have proximity to discourse. She is the story. You're the footnote nobody reads. You don't hate Meghan. You resent her because you'll never be her. You'll never have access. You'll never move headlines. You'll never be the woman people speculate about. You'll always be the one desperately speculating. Meghan has a life, a legacy, a title. You have TikTok drafts and a wish list. So no, she's not watching, but I am. And now, so is everyone else. You wanted a moment? This is it.
Got Meghan Markle's press kit. The credit I will give her is she knows how to hire a photographer. She walks around her garden with a camera following her, acting like she's doing the work of an entrepreneur, and look at how wonderful she is. And it's like, you're not that. You're a fake and a lot. Like, look at these shots. Like, oh, I'm in my garden with my...
Wait, this man just discovered branding? and he's spiraling. You're mad because Meghan's press kit looked expensive? Because the photos are editorial quality? Because the lighting hits and the lemons match the aesthetic? That's not a scandal, sweetie. That's a budget. You're not exposing her. You're exposing your own lack of experience. Why is she standing in the garden with a basket? Because it's a lifestyle brand. Have you? Have you ever seen a campaign shoot in your life? What did you expect? Her in a storage closet with a ring light and a Rite Aid receipt? This is the part I love. You admitted her branding is brilliant and then proceeded to have a tantrum about it. You can't decide if you're outraged or impressed. You sound like someone who tried to recreate her shoot and got laughed out of Home Goods. And the whole meltdown about the lemons? Let me break something to you gently. Most people staging a product shoot don't grow every ingredient in their backyard. Beyonce didn't pluck the wind out of the sky during the Cuff It video, but we still got the vibe. You're flailing because Meghan understands the assignment. And more importantly, you don't. She's not running a flea market. She's building a brand. She's selling mood. She's selling a world. And from the looks of it, you weren't invited in. And let's not gloss over the misogyny here. You didn't critique the branding. You attacked her. You called her a fraud, a loser, and a sack of whatever unwashed insult you scraped together. That's not commentary. That's bitterness in HD. You looked at a soft focus, lemon-scented garden scene, and turned into a raging gremlin. All because a black woman dared to market a product in a way that doesn't look like she lives in your mother's basement. So here's a little homework for you. Study composition. Study campaign photography. Study what the word entrepreneur actually means. Because until you do, all you're doing is proving that the only thing less developed than your brand is your taste.
Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Honk honk everyone. Guys, I have such a fun show for you today. There is a new picture that is circulating of Meghan that everybody's talking about that we just need to get our eyeballs on. Holy spray tan. We're going to take a look.
We need to talk about this woman who looks like she just lost a fight with her Invisalign. Because apparently she thinks Meghan's bronzer is a national crisis. This is RHR Jen, the YouTube auntie who can't finish a thought without completely spiraling into an unrelated meltdown about Meghan's skin tone, her sweat glands, or lighting in a hallway. She's not making a point. She's just loud and incoherent. You can't even follow what she's saying. 1 second, it's, I'm not here to body shame. And 5 seconds later, she's screen grabbing Meghan's pores like she's about to file a police report. You call that a video? It's word salad. You're rambling about makeup like your teeth aren't fighting for dominance on the right side of your mouth. And can we talk about the snaggletooth? Because the way it steals the spotlight every time she smiles, it's like even her mouth is trying to crawl away from what she's saying. You're dragging Meghan's face while yours is sitting there looking like a before photo from a Fix My Smile campaign. You're whining about spray tans while wearing more highlighter than a high school cheer squad. The lighting isn't your problem. The obsession is. You're sitting in a shrine of colonialism with Union Jack mugs and royal tchotchkes, pretending like you're doing some kind of deep dive, but all you're doing is projecting your own insecurities onto a woman who only want to help other women like you. You keep zooming in on Meghan's face like it holds the secret to your failed potential. But here's the real close-up you're afraid of. You're not witty, you're not sharp, and you're not nearly as camera ready as you think.
Hello my people, Lady Rose here. How y'all doing? Something's wrong with my voice this morning. I mean, there's them people, them tabloids, they did something in my voice. I tell you that. How y'all doing, people? How you do, my people? I love you so much, my queens and my kings. And so let's talk about these people. Them tabloids. I tell you, them people, them people crazy. So right now here, they're out here throwing tantrum because guess what? Prince Harry did not invite none of them. The same thing he did before with them. But I mean, seriously, the level of gaslighting that I'm seeing on these channels online here with these tabloids, and they're sitting down there calling Her Royal Highness Meghan Sussex narcissist, guess what? I am a professional who can diagnose every single person out here because I got license for it. I diagnose even that Charlie boy, that sausage finger, all of them with bullying, all of those people, put them, all of them like in one bag. I diagnose all of them. Yes, because I can. And Prince Harry went to Angola, doing wonderful job. And these people just can't take it, can they? And here they're sitting down here criticizing Her Royal Highness Duchess of Sussex for not going with him. Remember at Latrine? Remember Latrine before when she popped out here? Latrine said Her Royal Highness Duchess of Sussex controls her husband. She pushes him this way and looks at him this other way. I don't know what thing, whatever. She got all those body language cues. She cannot even speak her damn one language, English. And she's sitting down there trying to learn anybody's behavior. How are you gonna even learn the behavioral cues when you ain't got no any formal education for none of those? I mean, you can't even check your own damn behavior. They hate that you spewing online here. Latrine, Angela. What happened to Nana Akua? Is she still alive? And one day, them people gonna chew you. Just to look at your face, how your face is deteriorating, girl. That face is deteriorating. You know, we all getting old. But I tell you, that one of yours, girl, you gonna need some kind of reparation. You need some kind of reparation. You need, girl, you know, back in the day, people like Nana Akua. I used to be little though. I used to be little. When I saw people like Nana Akua, I would go in hiding. Even people like Latrine. I used to have lots of those people like that in my school back then. I used to see those people and then I looked at them faces. This is like, dude, girl, that face need kind of reparation. And you know why it makes your face look that way? He ain't on no DNA. Nana Akua was born beautiful. That was one of chocolate black queen that you could see out there. She was beautiful. She had all the face, had all the shape on her, looking all cute, but girl got cursed. She got into supporting that racist family against her own sister. And God was like, baby, Nana Akua, come on here, I must snatch all that beauty from Africa, from your ancestors. I take all those back. And I tell you right now here, she looks like one piece of bad news. That look on her face. What happened to that boyfriend of hers? Did they end up getting married? I don't know. Remember that costume ring that she came and showed y'all guys here? That was no damn real diamond. Ain't nobody gonna buy no diamond for no damn Nana Akua. All those miserable people, all those tabloids, they are just a bunch of miserable people talking smack. And that Vanessa girl, she got the taste of her own medicine. I love that color. That girl said like whatever she said it really good. She even went into talking about how bullion pulled into from coming to his summit in New York when his Royal Highness Prince Harry was going to New York. Remember? Was that last year? Or was it this year sometime? Yeah. So I'm telling you, tabloids mad. They're mad because guess what? Queen Meghan has been doing all the wonderful stuff, and she came out here with, as ever, everything is doing good, and Kate is there with no substance, with no anything, and nobody is talking about her. She popped out to welcome Markle and Brigitte, and because she wanted to go to Wimbledon, and she wanted to come and show y'all guys what other dresses she was gonna wear. Did y'all see the dresses that she wore at that Wimbledon place? And that hat that she had on there, did y'all see that? Was that hat from H&M? Or where was it from? From TJ Maxx. Girl broke. Yeah, girl broke. Because girl came from a long line of greedy people. You know what greed does to you? That's what's happening to them right now. And I'm sure that Mumbles lives with a Carol Middleton in Buckshire. And Buckleberry, Buckle Dairy. Something. Whatever you call it, buckle up. These people something. You living above your means. And before you know, you're filing for bankruptcy. But one thing you succeeded, brought your daughter up there to climb all the 25th ladder to the 25th floor. And I tell you, this Windsor boy did not disappoint them. William Windsor? Oh, man. Did y'all forget that these people came from Saxe-Coburg-Gotha from Germany? Oh my goodness, I'm going to tell you that story one other day. I tell you, this Windsor boy did not disappoint. And I'm telling you, that boy actually is in bed with Jason Nath. Allegedly. You know, I bet doing, you know, all those stuff. Well, you know how to do stuff at the time. I say, allegedly. Reba Anderson. Lakiva, where you at, my queen? Connie Balmer, where y'all guys? The cookies and the creams. Oh my goodness, my mouth was trying to sleep on me, so I had to name all y'all names, my queens. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all guys again tomorrow. Let me leave this out here because I want this video to go through. These Windsor boys. If they're not cheating, they embarrass. I mean, and the Jason North took about Mama's place, and see, bye, Felicia. I'll talk to you